This is Rebecca Foster, the Midwest medium, and I am leaving home. I am on my way to Palos Park, Illinois, Hackney's, to, I think I just ran over a dead skunk, to do a gallery reading tonight. And yes, I am driving and videotaping this. Isn't that crazy? Well, actually, it's kind of mounted and videotaping it, right? So hopefully you'll tune in for the next 2 hours as we see what's gonna come through tonight and what God has in store for all the people that are hopefully coming, because I have not a clue how many people are gonna be there. And hopefully it's a successful evening and I understand what God is trying to tell me as I pass on these messages to these people. So, here we go, on our road trip. I'm driving and I'm listening to some old school music and I'm having fun. Miss my family because I left them at home, but we gonna dance. I know you can all feel it. Y'all dancing and not driving. It's not safe. So I'm gonna let you go. Bye-bye. Okay, not only do I, sorry, I'm driving. Okay, so not only do I attract dead people and ghosts, but I also attract the crazy people on the road. I'm telling you, there is so many crazy people on that have driver's licenses. It's very scary and dangerous. So I have this old guy behind me in a minivan. Okay, maybe you can't see him. And he's racing me. People in minivans are crazy people. I drive a minivan too. Sorry. Okay. I have 1 hour left and I will be there, and I am excited about just getting there to relax and keep praying that whatever comes through tonight, even if I don't understand it, whoever I'm reading for does. That's all that matters. And I just keep hoping that the Holy Spirit, people are totally staring at me because I'm videoing myself as I'm driving. What are you gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, we're getting started. I'm here. Wish me luck. God willing. Started. It's 5:32, I think, and I'm not going to wait. There's a lot of people coming, and they're just going to have to mosey on it and find a seat. And hopefully traffic isn't so bad, because I am going to stick to a schedule of about 2 hours. I'll get done about 7:30. And I'm going to try, well, with the who is here right now, I'm going to be able to read each of you. And I'm going to try to stick to about 3.5 minutes as much as I can, because some people I get really carried away with, and I end up reading too much for one person. So if I find that that's happening, you can always get a personal reading. So I'm going to basically, just to give you a little background on me for those who don't know me. My name is Rebecca. I've been doing this for 26 years. Wow.
You old fart, you.
Hi. Don't bother me. Just take a seat. Don't worry about me. Get some food. Okay. It started when I was 13, and I really didn't understand it at that point. It was pretty much a joke. So it kind of just grew over time through trial and error, and it turned from more of like a sideshow to a total fear of what was happening to me. And I turned to God at that point and just said, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. But that's where this energy comes from, and this is, anytime I'm doing this, I'm always like, please God, I can't do this without you. And if I don't know what you're trying to say, please let the person I'm talking to know what I'm saying, okay? So you might understand more or less what I'm speaking of more than I do. Yes, come on in. Everybody, no, you're fine. You're fine. Grab some food too. You're not gonna bother me. I've worked in bars. So what I do is my information comes through symbolically, and I will explain to you what I'm seeing symbolically first, and then I'll explain what it means. And I will allow questions later on if you have questions, but I prefer nothing up front. I know a lot of you, okay? So if I see something coming through that I already know, I'll preface that so that people go, oh, how did she know? Well, I already know that. So I'll let you know, okay, I don't really understand this, but this is what they're adding. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to, and I also take this time too to let the energy kind of calm down and let everybody's energies pull away from each other, and we'll get started. But yeah, so my mom's going to help me out by timing it. She doesn't have Tourette's when she's doing this all night long. It's that she's waving at me going, it's time, you're close. And I asked her to do that only because I run over for a lot of people. So, and it just, hopefully I'll be able to get everybody in here tonight with the way the room looks. So, okay. I cover everything from this life currently to past life information. And if something about a loved one is going to come through, it's because it pertains to you. They're not going to give all the information about a loved one unless it's going to somehow affect your life and you're going to have some major thing to deal with them. So family, children, that sort of thing is only if it's really important for you to know. All right, okay, let's get going here. I could feel them coming in. I was starting to get flushed. So I was funny because I was on my way here, and I told my husband that if we can't have any more kids, then I'm totally YouTubing every one of these galleries, so y'all might look at yourself on YouTube. If you don't want it, you tell me, and I'll blink out your face. But I told him, 50,000 an episode, baby, Midwest medium. So that's what, he's like, no, not happening. I said, well, baby girl's not happening. Okay. So let's see here. Just come on down. But I was funny because I was like videotaping some while I was driving. And then there was this old guy in this minivan behind me, and he kept racing around me and getting back and forth, and I pulled my video camera up and I said, this old guy's in a minivan, crazy drivers are in minivans, and I went, oh, I'm in a minivan. That's funny. You had to be there. Okay. All right, I'm just going to pull off of everybody's energy, and I'm going to read the most outstanding energies first, because those are the most annoying ones. Like not that you're annoying, it's that your energy is hyper at me. So I'm going to read those first, and then I'll get to everybody as the stronger energies are read. It's basically your guides talk to my guides. I am not Italian, but I talk with my hands when I'm doing this because everything is visual. I'm also an eye contact person, except when I'm reading, because I am looking somewhere else and I'm seeing things in a different picture. So excuse the fact that I'm not making eye contact. I will start to talk really fast because the information comes through quickly. So if I confuse you in any way, just correct me later, ask me a question. But your guides talk to mine, and they relay that information to me. So I know one of y'all over here is giving it to me. Now, also, if I'm talking to you and you are understanding what I'm talking about, just say, I think you're talking about me, because believe me, it happens, and it's funny sometimes when people go, oh, I think you're talking about me at the end of the night. So, all right, let's see. It's one of you over here. And if somebody comes through who's passed over too, I will let them, speak as well. But what's going to happen tonight is most important stuff that is supposed to come through for each person. I think. And I know some names, I don't know other names, so please forgive me. But it's either you, Doreen, or you, Adriana. It's one of you. There's a man or a young man that's coming through who is passed over, and he is. When I see things, just so for those who don't understand this, my guides talk to me symbolically on a beach, and the beach is a person's safety, security, and grounding, and this is where I see my guides. So I think it might be you, Adrian. I think it might be. He's on your beach. Now, the water represents problems, situations, that sort of thing. And the closer a person is to the water, the more turmoil they may feel coming at them. You are very far away from your beach. I'm kind of standing really far away from the water with you, whereas he is standing right up against the water. He's not saying anything to me. So this person, this gentleman, when they don't talk, usually represents someone who may have died a little more turmoil, tragic, that sort of kind of a death. And he is, he's standing there and okay, I'm looking at him, so he's mirrored. So he goes like this, he's doing this. And he shows me the number 4, or he's representing his hand. So he brings it up like this, and he's showing me your hand somehow, or his hand, and he's doing this. He wants me to show you, he's pointing out the hand. And he's not talking though. And he, next to me, I would have to say he's probably about 5'8", 5'9" in height. And he goes, again, the fact that he's not talking says that there's something wrong with his, not wrong, but something happened to him in death that either he has not forgiven himself for or been forgiven for. There's some kind of a conflict with him spiritually that he is still trying to get through, which says people here on earth who, I think there's a K. It's like his name's got a K to it. There's definitely K. And he goes like, he's just standing there doing this, and then he goes, yeah, like that. He just kind of jumps up in the air like a hooray, go get it, do it, kind of thing, like that. He's doing this. Now, do you have any idea who I might be talking about without giving too much information?
Okay, there's an ex-fiance.
Is he passed over?
Yes, and it's he's the...
Oh, he might be representing your hand, maybe your wedding.
Yeah,
okay.
Fiance, yeah.
Okay.
And today is the anniversary of his death, exactly today.
Oh, I just got the chills. Oh my God, I'm totally chilled. What was his name?
Mark.
Mark. Was there any kind of K associated with him?
Mark Allen Pearson.
Okay, so he wants me to he's definitely doing K. It's like a K. It's definite.
My last name is Kropleska.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't want to embarrass you. Do I not say anything?
Go ahead, you can say it.
Okay, you guys, as beautiful as this chick is, okay, she's as gorgeous on the inside. Okay, she's what month? Playboy.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, okay, all right. So she's gorgeous, but I just want to point it out. Playboy month. That's it. I just want to. I don't want to embarrass you, but come on. It's funny. So he's on your beach. You are timing this for me, right? Okay. So you are standing back though, and for you, I mean, he's smiling at you, and he's just, I think, letting you say hello. He's like saying hello and hi. But you look, the fact that you're so far away from the water represents that you are very, you're in control of things right now. And there is no problem. You don't even try to move closer to him or nearer to him. It's like there's a comfort there. There's a level of everything is good, but you also have standing next to you a huge serenity around you. So with that, what I want to end up with that is right now, and everybody listen to what I'm saying too, because things I say might pertain to you. But right now, with the energy that's around you, whatever you want to do, go for it right now, because it's a feeling of a melding energy, which means you can fit into anything that you want to happen right now. So take a risk. Totally say yes to things and take a risk, jump into it. Okay, so. That was very cool. I'm glad he came through to say hi. I'm glad. That was fun. But definitely talk to him. Let him, even to his family or somehow help him move on, because he's stuck somehow. But that's okay. He's in a good place though. The fact that he come talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm still trying to figure out your energy because you look so super familiar when you walked in. I thought I know her from someplace, which means you're supposed to be here tonight. It was meant to be kind of a thing. And I'm trying to figure out why they wanted me to recognize you. So I'm still feeding on that energy there. Let's see what's happening. This is a very strong table. It's a very strong energy. And it kind of swirls, so I'm trying to separate what's happening here. I think with you, when I see you, the first thing I see is a huge book, and it opens up in front of you, and it's sitting right in the middle of your beach, up on a huge pedestal, and to get to it, you have to take a few steps up, which are 1, 2, and then not even a step, but a lip. And when you step up, there's this big book, and you lean over it, and you've got a huge quill, and you start going, and you start writing in it, and the sun is just tilted the wrong way, you can't really see it, so you reach up, literally, and I've never seen this before, and you reach up and you move the sun so that you can write in your thing, and you're like, okay. Now this tells me, first off, that you've got some kind of a connection or some kind of a clairvoyance or a gift of some form that what you want to happen or what you liken to happen happens. It's like you manifest things very easily for yourself because you follow a certain path and you follow a certain rule, I guess would be the rule, or the way to say it. And your beach is clutter-free. You have no footprints on it other than your own walking up from behind it. Now there's so many places on a beach. There's so many places on, so many places on a beach that I hope that everybody gets a little taste of something in their beach tonight. You're not a real people person. Now you are friendly and you're amiable and but when people are going to come over, you want to know about it and you don't just let people stopping by and you're not, you are, you're a private person. You will help when you offer it. And that's because, I can see that because there's no footprints anywhere on your beach. And also, you're a very in control person. You do not dwell on the past and you don't dwell on any of the old. You don't dwell on anything other than, is this going to help? Is this positive? If not, chuck it. And so you're very blunt with people and very blunt with friends and family. And to some, that's a real gift. And to others, they're like, oh, God, I can't even talk to her because she's just, this is the way it is. So you come from, this path that's back here is the past path. And it affects, what it tells me is things that are negative that have happened in this lifetime. And you come from there, which beyond that is your house. Now your house represents you specifically, okay? And you have a very beautiful, humble, tiny home back there, which tells me that you really don't think so much of yourself. You're very down to earth. And when you come through this past path, which says you also have taken things that have negatively happened to you in this lifetime, and you've turned them around and you've said, look, this has happened to me too. I don't want to hear about it anymore. You do this and fix it. So you take what has negatively happened to you, and you've turned it to help other people. And that's also where a bit of where your honesty comes in, because if, at a certain point in your life, it gets to like, can I really go on? Can I really do this? And if you felt like you could really get over and get moving and be past things, then everybody else should be able to too. So that's kind of where a bit of your blunt honesty is. Is that your Tourette's? Okay. I can see the corner of my eye. And she was like this.
I'll be more blunt.
But the book thing is important. I have to get back to that real quick because you either should be writing things down or you are, it's not a learning thing, it's not an education thing, but you are facing the water. The water is very calm, it's very beautiful, and you are controlling everything that is going on, and you're doing things like almost like Walt Disney-like. It's very blissful, it's very happy. There's no heaviness on your chest or your shoulders, and you're not writing things. You're just like, okay, there we go. And everything is matter of fact. I do believe that you have some form of attunement, like major intuition going, and I wouldn't doubt that you've got things that follow you around. So there is from behind. The only reason I say that is because from behind, stopping at the past path, there's two gentlemen that are staying there, which says something from two gentlemen from this lifetime that have some form been a part of issues, problems, hurts, major pains, are stopping there to signify to me that they are passed over, but their energies are from this lifetime, and they're almost waiting for you. They're like, waiting for you to come back and make them feel better. Because the fact that you have forgiven and let go of a lot of things, that brings comfort to their souls, no matter where they are. So does any of that stuff kind of make a little sense to you?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah.
Does a G or a G make any sense to you? The letter G or hard G?
I don't really know. I mean, I think that G is kind of, G's a bit out there for me. It's not really in.
It's like the back of the throat. It's like a G. It's a G sound. A gurgle sound. It wants me to gurgle. Yeah, gurgling.
The men that are coming through are my father, definitely one of them. The other, I'm not certain. I have to think on it a little bit.
He's surrounded by water, and he almost looks a little blue. He looks a little blue.
When he died, he turned very blue. He had a massive heart attack, and it was very, there was a lot of blue in his neck. I'm trying to save him.
Okay. Could he have gurgled a little bit, or is there a
I don't know. Maybe, perhaps he did.
Okay.
I am very intuitive. You were very right on the money.
Now I can see that.
I teach TM, meditation.
Oh, all right. Well, then you are. Yeah.
I am a bit of a medical intuitive also.
Very cool.
So that's probably what you're feeling comes through.
It's definite. Like it's
I
very
love
strong.
to write. I write.
You should probably write. You should write a book.
I write. Sometimes it's rambling, but I write. I write a lot.
And you should probably make it a serious thing, for sure. Those kinds of ramblings would probably help a lot of people. They get it, you know? All right. Now, I'm sorry, what is your name? Scott. You have a woman, I'm really, she's so foggy, but she's trying to come through for you. It sounded like an H, or she wants me to say an H, like I don't know if it's her first name though, because I've been trying to put a name like a Helen or something with an H, and I'm not picking up a name. But that's why I haven't gotten to her yet. But I want to acknowledge that there's this woman who is trying to come through, and she's saying something with an H, and I don't know. It could be it's not.
Well, I just had my birthday this week, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that might be it. I can just tell you what I see from her as far as the fog goes. Her hair looks almost as if it would be a little bit naturally like a blonde or strawberry color to it. There's a little bit of red in her hair. When the sunlight hits it, it's a little red. And she has chosen. We all have a heaven. When we die, we go to a heaven that we choose. We pick it. And her heaven is she's standing on the edge of a cliff, and it almost looks like an eastern shore cliff. And she's very happy and she's smiling, and I just can't get a close-up of her. All she's doing is she's got this long gown thing on, and she's holding her arms up like this, and it's blowing behind her. I really would like to try to focus on her quickly, but the I don't know if she thinks she's a January, I think is what she said.
Okay.
And does January make sense?
That would be my grandmother, Lucille, who was a spiritual person, and I got into reading the Bible through her, so she's been gone for a while, but that description is.
Does she wear her hair up a lot? Was it naturally wavy, do you know?
Yeah, it was very thick and kind of wavy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't long, though.
And then, when they get to talking so fast, I want to make sure I hear it properly. Your father's brother,
Okay.
the trip
Okay.
he took, she goes like this. It's like, she's trying to give me the right word to say. It's hard sometimes to translate. Your father's brother, your uncle,
Okay.
took the trip,
Okay.
and I'm trying to pick out the right words, because I'm going, okay, it didn't work well. She's going, no, it didn't end well. No, it's not. She's,
Can I help you?
yeah.
I've got an uncle that got extremely wealthy, and he's very hard to do business with. It's like he is more into wealth than helping people, and he can help people a lot in life, but he doesn't. He's very hard.
Okay.
And so she thought that his personality had changed as a consequence of his success, and she's kind of disappointed because that.
That may be it, and she's not coming across financially for me. She's not showing me any kind of
dollar sign or anything, so I would never have gotten that, but she's just doing this.
His personality changed, but no.
Okay, this went downhill, went over the cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very cool, and you have a very big surprise coming, she said. A very big surprise, and it's a good surprise, and it knocks you back kind of a surprise, but it's a very good surprise. She said it's coming around the corner, it's just coming right around the corner. And am I there? Okay, all right, okay, I'm ready. All right, yeah, I want to make sure I get everybody in, and I will, I'm going to get everybody in. Okay, I got your, I know, I want to make you right here. And I'm going to just move to the next table and see what happens when I clear everybody's energy here. And maybe that is why, because their energies are very strong. And it's something I think about a son or a young man. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. All right. Here. And what is your name? Teresa. Let's see what's happening for Teresa. Teresa. The first thing that I see when I see you is you are walking along the edge of your beach, right along the edge of the water. So what are you wearing? You're barefoot. You are wrapped up. You have this little thing on like this. It's nice and warm out. And I can hear someone calling your name. But you're not paying any attention to this gentleman who's calling your name. He's off on your beach somewhere. So, excuse me, this would be a spouse or a brother. I don't think you're married though. I don't think you're married. I have to get there because that's not feeling like it's that kind of an energy. And I don't even know if it's a living energy. So let me get to him in a second. Let me finish you. So you're walking along and your head is down. You're not really paying attention to much. The fact that what you're wearing is great, but you're not paying enough attention to the other side who's trying to reach you. They're doing it through pennies. Pennies will be dropped at your feet if you've got a yes or a no answer. Dimes, pennies, light bulbs burning out. Somebody is trying to communicate with you who's passed over. I wonder if it's this gentleman and you're not hearing him, or you are seeing these signs or what's happening, and you're preoccupied with, and I will be very sensitive if something comes through that you don't want the world to know. I'm not going to go blurting it out. But you, as you're walking, you're very preoccupied. And you're standing between your beach, which is control and safety, and the water, which is, do I take a risk and an opportunity, and do I just say, forget it all and go for this, or do I stay comfortable and not move forward with? It's like you're contemplating things right now. You're trying to hash things out as far as where do I go with this journey in my life, or what part of my life. Now again, the gentleman is way up off of the, like beyond the beach, and I can hear him yelling at you. And it's not a spouse. Is your middle name Ann? Who's Ann? Someone who's passed over, great-grandmother, great-grandmother, someone with Ann. And who are you named after? You don't know? Okay. He is calling you, but I don't think it's you. That's why when he says T-Ann is what he's saying. And it's not you, so you must be named after somebody. It must be, your name is, who can you ask? Who can you find out who you were? Okay, right, and then it's like, darn, you're gonna have to let me know, because this gentleman, I am assuming, must be like a father figure of some form. So it would be a grandfather, is not spouse. So it would be a grandfather, he's not brother, he's just too old to be a sibling. And he is, this is the whole purpose of what's happening now. You have to talk to your mom, find out who you were named after, who is Ann. Because that will explain who this guy is and why it's fitting into your life right now as far as what's happening with decisions. Now the decisions have to do with the move, and they have to do with business. So these may all be a very big surprise to you. Believe me, I've had people walk away and go, she is crazy. And then later they call and go, oh my God, okay, so opportunities as they arrive and show up, they don't change your life, they add to your life. what is happening here is a choice between what you've got right now and what you could very well have. But it's going to take these two major things, career, like move and change, that are going to change your life. So it might appear scary. And so I'm done. I'm done. I just want to give an idea here so you understand what I'm saying. This is how I explain it to everybody, so some of you may have heard it, some of you may not have. But you are sitting, this is how my guide showed me. So you're sitting on a little lounge chair, and behind you is this big boulder. And you want to make all these changes in your life. You're really not sure, you're comfortable, you're happy where you're at. And you decide one day to get up and climb this boulder. So you get to the top. Now usually there's somebody sitting there with you that is very comfortable with you. They're happy you're sitting next to you in the lounge chair. If you're single, that's great. If you're trying to do this on your own. So you climb this boulder and you get to the top. And when you get to the top, you've broken nails, you've chipped your teeth, you've hurt yourself, because this is a straight up and down thing, okay? And you get to the top, and it's just this expansive beauty that you've never seen before, and nobody's ever shown you before, and you've just worked your tail off to get to the top of that boulder. And you look back down and you're going, oh my God, I could never go back down there again. I could never miss this. I don't want to. And sometimes there's someone down there going, hey, get your butt down here. And you're going, oh, really? No, you come here. And this is usually where relationships end, because somebody's happy down there and the other person can't go back to who they were before. You're changed. So that's where you're at, is you are in the process of looking up at this boulder and about to make some major hard changes. They're positive though. You always want to climb the boulders, because when you get to the top, everything you've ever wanted and are waiting for is there. And sometimes our partner, our spouse, whoever, will make that extra effort and climb as well. Sometimes they don't. It's just the way it is. But the great thing is when you get up to the top of the boulder, everybody comes along like, hey, I'm up here too, my spouse didn't come along with you. And so that's just how it works sometimes. It does. And everybody, you meet who you're supposed to meet as you climb boulders. And that's where you are. So everybody can take something from that, but you are sitting in your lounge chair right now, kind of happy, not sure what to do next, and these major changes are about to happen for you. And it's both financial and personal, all these changes that are about to explode for you, but you have to take the opportunity. You have to put on your hiking gear and your climbing gear and go for it, absolutely. Okay, Dorothy. Do you still have the little girl in your house?
Yeah.
We have a little girl in our house too. Well, we did. She came in with some books my mom gave me from my grandmother, and she's been haunting the house and terrorizing my children at night. And my littlest, my 2-year-old, will go, bye-bye, bye-bye, and he'll wave to her. I'm like, ow! I'm yelling at her in the middle of the night. I'm like, you're scaring my kids, go away! And so I finally decided I'm gonna look this little girl up in Ancestry, figure out who she is. And all I know is her name starts with an L. So I'm thinking L. She's not giving me very much, not at all. So I go on to Ancestry and I find this little girl who died when she was 3. It was my great-grandmother's sister. Her name was Ella. So I sat down with a tape recorder while my kids were playing. My 10-year-old goes, what's this, Mom? She's back, isn't she? You're tape recording her, aren't you? I'm like, no! Benjamin got that. So kids are onto it. Yeah, but so I told her, I said, I have an idea. You go to heaven and ask God if you can come back down to me as a little girl. So she's gone. She left like 2 days ago. I know. Well, I figure she's not going to want to come back down after she sees everybody up there. But she's gone. She said hi. I did catch her on a video, on the tape recorder though. She said hi. But explains she's 3. She can't really talk very well. And she was amazed with all the stuff, all the toys and everything else. So the little girl in your house is probably just kind of used to it. As over the years, she's seen all the technologies change and everything. But this little girl was stuck in a box of books for I don't know how many years until I opened them up. So, no, she probably really wasn't, but she came to life, I guess, after I moved the books and stuck them on my shelf. Stupid. Then she plays with toys. She does. And our foster daughter, Sierra, had this dollhouse that was in his room, and she played with it at night. So he's like, bye-bye, dollhouse gone. So I said, fine, take the dollhouse, put it in the basement. Well, then my 17-year-old was having a heart attack because she was playing with it at night with all the toys. So Benjamin finally went downstairs and he goes, dollhouse, bye-bye. And he closed it up and wanted it out. So it's in the garage right now. I'm not telling anybody it's haunted. Okay, so the little girl in your house, I just wondered if she's still there.
Yeah, she's still there.
All right. So, for you can start the timer. Okay, I'm done babbling. You are, the first thing I look at for you is you're kind of hopping back and forth to different places. You're between your house, which represents you specifically, and this, a raft, kind of, but you've got it really close to the water's edge. It's not out in the deep water. So what this is telling me right now is what's going on in your life is the house, your door is wide open, you have a lot of flowers around the house, you have a lot of windows. This is not your real house, this is you. You've got all these windows on top of your house. I see your husband, which is great. He's interested in your life, wants to know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So we don't want to talk about Joe. Let's stick to you here. But that's good. Family is there, which is what you want. You've got this weird lever thing in front of your house that does this. And you come running out of the house and you go cha-ching, and then you run like you sprint or fly or teleport to this raft. And you keep doing this. And when you get on the raft, now it's again not too far, but it's on the water. So being that this raft is on the water tells me that you are feeling really insecure right now. And that you're feeling very, like things are not within your control. You are at the universe's whims. And you're really trying to maintain, I guess, your sanity. You can make sure that, okay, am I losing this here? And I think we all do. God, if anybody knew what goes on in my head, y'all would run in terror. But you freak out a little bit and you're on the raft going, okay, this is the reality of things. And then you jump back to your house and go, okay, I can see God, I got the light, I got my faith going on through these windows, I got my friends, all these flowers, I'm very giving, I'm trying to stay socialized and keep my, you are really trying hard to keep yourself grounded. And it takes a very strong person. Going with that, it's because transitions are so difficult. They make us look at our lives. They make us look at what we're going through. They make us look at what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong? And that's what's happening in your life right now. You can't fight it. You kind of have to just say, you're in the back of a wagon, your guides are driving, your ass is bounding all over the place, and they're going to take you where you need to go. And they're going to drop you off where you need to be. You don't have to worry about a thing right now. Don't worry about money, don't worry about relationships, don't worry about yourself. You just maintain, keep it together, put on a smile, hold a drink, you're good to go, and then just let them take you where you need to be. Don't fight anything, don't start anything new, don't do anything like that. Am I timed up or something? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I can't see you. So don't worry, you're not going crazy. You're not going nuts. You're not it's transitions make us better people. It's like the trees, they go through the whole winter, they die. They completely just dry up, lose all of their beauty. And then in the spring, everything is grown back bigger, more beautiful, more lustrous, and they give a lot of life and shade to a lot of things. So that is where you're at right now. You're right at the winter. But with every end comes a huge beginning. So just know that, and they usually happen in spurts of 3. So if you've been feeling like this for maybe a month or 2, the number 2 is a big number for you too. So I would say maybe 2 more weeks. With the 2, I wouldn't go so far as 2 months. But this is also a breaking of an old habit for you too. So you are going to want to look at who am I, what have I done, how do I have to change who I am to become who I want to be. That's where you're at. So your guides are going to help you. Ask for the help, and you will find those pennies and those dimes. They're going to be everywhere for you. I promise they will be. Okay, so let's see here. Let me move around here. I know there's a reason for you. Saving the best for last, right? All right. Okay. Oh yeah, you're fine. You guys, if you have to pee or something, you're welcome to go. Don't stand here for me. Okay, so are you Bill?
Yeah.
Billiam, I've heard a lot about you over how long? Okay. Let's see what's going on with Billiam. Did you want to be read?
I'm nervous, but yeah, go.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be a scared. Okay. Okay.
It's gonna take that
There's no question in the camera.
That's right, it's run out already. Okay, so for you, the one thing that I'm being told to tell you is there is a financial leap that you are either looking at right now or about to look at that you want to take. It's like your signature, and you go like this, bam, and it's like this bright red smeared dot like John Hancock, and you have a parachute on and you jump and the parachute catches you. So I think they're telling you financial, business, go for it, huge, because you will. It's a giant leap of faith in terms, but you've got the parachute, you're totally ready to go. And I see this as like your baby, almost, like this is something that's gonna involve your input, a lot of your own knowledge, a lot of what you could put into it. It may start off as somebody else is like, hey, you know, I had this idea, I was thinking of this, and then you turn it into yours. It becomes a major project. But it's a big thing and it's very positive. It's a very good thing. You have a very resilient energy. You're very much like she's like Killer Hardy, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that she can go like 48 hours straight and she's like, I've only had like 10 coffees. She is. I don't know how you do it. Seriously, I'd have lost my mind by now. But no, yeah, that's. Don't give her any ideas. Because she'll keep you up all night, right? And figure in and. Okay, so that's a very positive thing. But I'm being told to tell you first and foremost, leap of faith. There's a financial involvement. Definitely do it. And yeah, don't be scared. I know when spirits come through at the last minute, man, it just makes it so difficult because they want so much to say. And you have, this is a younger man that's coming through. It must be something from childhood or from, he was much younger, I'm assuming. He may be maybe 3 or 4. Who has passed over? Do you know, like a neighbor or? I don't think he would be like a family member. It would be someone that is there like a J name? It's not the G initial. And he, I have to say, looking at him, he's trying to show me little, like 3 or 4. But at this age now, he may be a year or 2 younger than you. So maybe a friend, sibling. And I don't know if there was a water death or a drowning of some kind. Does that make any sense to you from a neighbor? I know, see.
Think about it later.
Yeah, and then you have to let her know so she gets a hold of me so that I can go, okay, remember that guy that didn't remember? No. I won't. No. But he's little. He's not a family member to you, okay? And when we're all done, Stacy and I have this really special presentation for you. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. I will get her to do it on camera one of these days. Okay, I'm done. All right, so I say definitely go with it, but please try to brainstorm about the little boy. A neighbor, it would have been somebody you'd heard about. And you probably have to really think about it if it was something in passing. Okay. All right, Heather, darling, let's take a peek here. You know, I'm trying to watch you on your beach, and you're going like 500 miles, as usual, like 500 miles an hour, and you are going, okay, I got it, okay, I gotta go back and get it, okay, now I got this, and you get like right up to the edge of the water. I mean, like right up to the edge, and you never fully go in. You never get wet at all. What they're saying is you have to come down and take a break. They're saying you really do, and it's just that you have like a trench beat into your beach. Now what's going to happen is eventually the water is going to come onto the beach, and you don't want that. Because then you're going to feel overwhelmed and swamped. So you want to take the time to sit down and start filling in that trench, which means you have to slow down. You have to take a break. You have to put the papers down. You have to. It's really time, and they might very well, when it comes to this kind of thing, they give preventative information. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to your health and mentally you're all good, but you want to make sure you take care of yourself physically, and you always are ignoring that because you're just so damn busy all the time. But that's one of the things that they're telling me to tell you is to slow down so you can take care of yourself, so you can prevent anything in the future, health-wise. So you can, when you slow down, that's when you really notice, oh, you know what, this hurts. Oh my gosh, you know, it's finally when you sit down and you relax that you realize something hurts. So do that. Now, also by April, there is, April is a big, what is it? It's not an offer. It's something from your past that you thought was done and gone, but it's showing back up and it's making you think like, should I wanted this at one point, should I go for it now, or am I going to just continue to work with what I'm working with financially, business-wise here? And it almost looks tempting to, and it might be, it feels work-wise, a career and business. But my thing is, anything from the past that ever tries to pull itself back up like that, you let it go. Because if it was meant to be back then, it would have happened. And I think you'll be setting yourself way back because the people who are trying to get your help at this point have already failed. And you'll be wasting what you have already accomplished financially, career-wise, and success in yourself. Anything from your past, as much as you may have wanted it then, let it go. Just immediately say no. Don't even ponder it and waste your time. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see. Judy, I think you're going to China in a couple weeks. No, I'm kidding. I already did that.
Yeah.
She is good. And you're going to Guam first?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You're good. While you're
Hallelujah.
I had something to eat with her. I told her.
Oh, that's the funny stuff. Okay. Let's separate some energy here. All right. I am good. I'm going to be able to read everybody in here tonight and still have time to talk your ears off. Okay. You know what's so funny is I've really tried to separate your energy from your animals. And the ones that I've read for before are around you, just so you know. I do read for animals, so I read what's going on with them, and I don't know, we had a couple cats I did readings for a long time ago. But they're around you right now, but I don't know if they're physically around you. I'm thinking they're more spiritually happening. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but one looks like he wants me to mention his tail. There's something wrong with his tail. I don't know if it was bent or if it got hit in the door or what, but there's one mentioning its tail. And it's a, what are those cats called? A tabby? Is it more like painted tabby or the tabby's the,
Yeah.
They're like brownish,
they're orangish, okay. He wants me to mention his tail. Don't know why. Is this a living cat or one that's passed away?
Yes.
Okay.
One of my ultra favorites.
One of your ultra favorites. Aww. Okay. Yeah, isn't that funny? I can read animals over the phone. We don't talk, but. Now you have a different animal though. I don't know if you've just recently brought a dog or something into your home, but
My granddaughter's cat became a boarder.
Okay. Okay. So these spiritual animals are still hanging out with you. Does this new cat react, like hiss a lot or react at all to the animals that are there spiritually? Because you have quite a bit there.
She just talks a lot.
Okay. No, I love it when animals come through because people don't realize, like, when they kill someone, the animals know what happens, and I get to talk to them about what happens. So. But not that you're gonna go killing anyone. But like OJ's dog and stuff, that kind of thing. Okay, so the cat is upset because there's this other animal in the house now, and animals are great too because they tell me what's going on. They're like little spies. So the cat's what's giving me your information, right? Isn't that bad? The cat's giving me your information, not a guide, your cat. Now for health purposes, want you, I don't know if it's like ankle or foot, but they want you to beware. I hate asking questions, so I'm just going to tell you what the cat's telling me. Okay, the cat is talking about something to do with your ankle or your foot, and it may have to do with having to have something redone or a floor, but cat is saying to be very careful of this one spot because it looks like, I don't know, if shoes or feet or something get caught on it. And also as far as like health purposes, the cat wants you to be careful of your, ankle foot bones. It seems more like it's the tarsal area, so the ankle and tarsals. If they've been swelling up, that sort of thing, to pay attention, to that. Gosh, what did I eat? I didn't even eat onions. Gosh. And you also, okay, I'm going. And you also, on top of the cat thing happening, you have, it looks like a soldier walking around your backyard. I don't know why. It looks like a soldier, it looks like a man in uniform walking around your backyard. You know, dogs are usually better geared towards seeing this kind of thing outside because they're protective. But a cat, if it were to come close and the cat were staring out the window at all, may react to it. But I'm not sure. He's not related to any of you guys. I would just, on a nice cool night, I would take a few pictures outside your backyard, see what kind of orbs you can get. But I mean, you have everything looks really good. They're just saying your foot. You have to watch your foot, your ankle, tarsals, and then the cat doesn't like the new animal in the house. Go figure. I know I'm moving on. I know. And I will elaborate later if we have more time to. I'll get back to things. Okay. So, Lisa, darling. Let's see what's happening here. You are on your water, but you're on what appears to be like a jet ski. And it's not a raft. You're able to control it. You're able to move it. Now this is kind of stuck between, or it's caught between feeling like you're stuck on the water and being in control of things. So you have a choice right now. We all have options. And I'll be the first one to admit, sometimes I just sit down and I just feel like, you know what, I have too much energy, I need to just cry this out. And I have no reason to cry. I have to get something out. I have to get the energies out. And then there's times where I just want to be miserable. So I just want to be miserable this day, and that's what I'm going to do. And I think, doesn't anybody else do that? Am I the only person who likes to be miserable once in a while?
Once in a while.
Once in a while, you just kind of look back and you go, and you reflect and you just feel like getting that energy out. And you have this speedboat underneath you that will take you wherever you want it to go right now. Anywhere you want it to go, it's in your control. You can fly it back to your beach, which I think would be foolish right now. Because when I look at your beach, I am seeing it's kind of like got dunes on it. And I've never seen dunes before, but I think the dunes you've created for protection. And that, I'll just preface, I've read for Lisa before, so you understand what I'm saying, that's all that matters. But you've created them for protection, so almost like you could walk your beach, get over a dune, and get enough space between you and the water to where you were protected from everything else back there, and still able to stay safe on your beach without stepping into the water. But you're also wearing like diving gear and you're prepared. You're not foolishly out on the water. So take control right now. And whatever pops into your head, run with it. And don't second guess it. Don't go, did I hear that? Or am I being told to do that? Because that's what, I've done that. That's how I learned how to read. But you don't second guess it. Always go with the first answer, because the second one you always go, yeah, I knew I should go. Do you know what I'm saying? That's those spirits coming through. So listen to them right now. You will be like sliding home on ice, but don't go back to your beach yet, because you're not prepared to take those dunes down, and they shouldn't come down yet. You just have to fix what you can opportunity-wise out on the water. And once the cool thing is what's happening out on the water for you is going to help build you up too. And that, speaking of that, is earth angels. And I think we talked about earth angels before. Okay, earth angels come into our life basically when we're going through a difficult time to help us get through it, and to break away from a bad habit or something negative in our lives. And so an earth angel may come for a week, a month, just enough time for us to go, I'm strong enough now, I can step away from this. Sometimes they stay forever. So this earth angel is different than the person we've talked about before, and I think it throws you off. If you haven't met this earth angel yet, it's going to throw you off because I don't think you're going to be prepared for it. You may even just go ahead and walk past the first chance. And then once the conversations start, or once the connection, you'll go, okay, wait a second. Or these conversations are coming too easily, so I get this. This is somebody I'm supposed to connect with. And that's important. Don't go back to anything old or think that you have to go back like that. You stick to what is totally new in your life right now, and you're prepared for it. You just go for it. Absolutely go for it. Okay. Did that make sense, right? It did, all my ramblings? Okay. It made sense to me. I knew what I was saying. All right, so I saw you and I thought, I know you from somewhere, although we've never met. Okay. I mean, maybe you just have that face, but I don't think so. I think it's just that you're just supposed to be here. You have a lot going on. I mean, there's more going on than 3 minutes is going to be allowed me to read, which tells me you have probably never really delved into this. Your guides have never really had an option to reach you the way I'm trying to reach you. Well, maybe through like other, readings and stuff, but not how I'm doing it. Okay. You have past life things that are happening right now this is what they show me. You, this past life, what they do is, if something is happening right now that a past life can explain, that's why they show this to me. But you are walking, I want to say this is 1500s, and you're in Europe. You are, there is I want to say a little hut right here, and I wouldn't even call it a hut, but let's call it a hut. And you are walking, you're an old woman. You're kind of hunched a little bit. Your back is very sore, and you have this shawl thing over your head. I want to say, gosh, looking at the countryside, this has got to be like Scotland, Ireland. It doesn't mean that you're Scottish or Irish or have it in your lineage. This is a totally different life.
I heard Scotland before you said Scotland.
You said Scotland?
I heard Scotland.
You
before
did?
said Scotland.
Okay. This will explain what's going on with you, because you walk up to, you have this plaid. That's why I'm thinking Ireland or Scotland. This plaid thing, and you walk up to this doorway right here, and you go like this. So your body is swollen, it's sore. You've been walking, and you get like this, and you go, and then you back up like this, and you move on. And as you do that, I can hear people crying inside of this house. You're dealing with death and healing at this point, which would put you into this life saying you're either going to be a healer, a nurse, wording your medicine, you're going to be doing something that helps heal people, counseling, psych, that sort of thing. You're going to be a servant to people in this lifetime. Servants never have a life of direction. They always live by the way other people need them. So your life you may be here 1 minute, and then the next month you're over here. And so nothing is ever just set in stone for you. You're going where God needs you and where you're needed. Now, you also, it's just funny because you have the appearance, the lighter eyes, the lighter hair. Did you have darker hair? Your hair was darker? Was it blonde? Was it
Blonde.
Okay. Dirty blonde. Okay. Blonde, blue eyes. They have a lot. That's just kind of the appearance of like what they call an incarnate angel. And then people who have a lifetime. I'm not talking once they hit 30. I'm talking a lifetime of psychic protection that they put on themselves. It causes constant battles with weight. Constant. Because you're psychically protecting yourself from all the people and the energies that are around you. I don't know if you've ever had that. If you've had that all your life, you've had to battle weight. I know that I'm always on a diet. I know my mom's always on a diet. Stacy's never on a diet. No, she's got brown eyes, so she doesn't count. But that's an incarnate angel. It's the way that it is for their life. And you're not here for yourself, you're here for other people. And like I said, you're walking along and you've gone to this house. It's like you don't even need to go in. You just make the sign of the cross because somebody has died in this house. You don't even have to go in. And you're walking into nothing. You're walking a very long way, as sore as you are. So this is your lifetime that is affecting this one right now. And it's, I guess, to let you know, so I know I have to move on, to let you know that you're doing what you're supposed to do. You have this gentleman that I said before, I saw it felt like a sun kind of energy. I don't know if he's particularly related like a son, but he follows you. Like he wants to be around, he's always around you. And he is attracted to your energy and your light and your healing. Do you know who I might be talking about? From a previous life? Interesting. So you do this, that's why that you've got this this hyper healing energy that's going on around you. Very, very interesting. Isn't that cool? Also, you just kind of get an idea as to a certain lifetime. So, but he follows you everywhere. But he's like that. So that makes sense because I'm going, feels like a son, but he's not. I'm not getting. Like I can play with each of you. Like I can take you like a little person and put you on your beach, and then watch what happens. And it lets me know, okay, are they supposed to be wearing this? Are they not? And that's how I'm able to get a yes or a no. So I'm looking at him going, son, but he doesn't feel like a son, but he looks like he's following me. Okay, so that makes sense. I'm glad you told me that because it confirms and it helps me too. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't second guess it. It's your life. It's your calling. And sometimes you do. I always go, God, please take this away. Because I don't want it. I don't want it. This is mine here. Okay. Wendy, darling, I will get you in a minute. I'm waiting for my vibe on you. I have to wash my brother off of you. My brother, they work together. They work together. They're not together.
Yeah, really, right?
My husband knows her brother.
So that makes it a little different.
And that'll be on me.
Yeah.
I'll edit the part out where I said they work together, so we just leave it at that. I'm washing my brother off. Okay. All right. I know I've been picking on you, Stacy, so I'm gonna vibe on you here real quick. Stacy and I have been friends since we were 8 years old, so that would be what, 16 years? Okay.
16 years.
All right. Okay, I know pretty much everything about Stacy, so I just want to let you guys know that so that that's just the known. But we're not talking every day, so I don't know everything that goes on in your life. So let's just clarify that too. When I see you, energy is very boisterous. Like, camera's still going? Okay, this is for the PPD, okay? No. When we were younger, Stacy stayed over at the house. I won't tell the bad ones. I'll only tell this one. And we were staying at my father's house down the street, and we went by the Flesh Wars, where the little Methodist church is there with the thing. We're over the bridge, and Stacy does bologna frisbees. And we frisbeed the bologna, and it hit a squad car, correct? And we bolted.
Hit the wrong car, yeah.
That's funny. But that's I had to tell you that, so you kind of get an idea as Stacy. Oh, and
You taught me that.
but we had a lot of fun. It was just we got in a lot of trouble. But huge energy. Okay, so with that, this is you're a risk taker. Always have been. But this is something that they're showing that is a part in your life right now that it looks like it's been there for a long time. It almost looks like a big plank. And it's been there for a long time, but you have not used it for anything. And when I'm watching you, you're dressed, you have like a little beyond the knee skirt, you've got nylons on, some pumpy heels, a regular jacket, you've got nice several layers of necklaces on, your hair is back, it's up, and you're just like walking very proper, and you walk to the end of the plank and you go, no. And you turn around and you walk back. Now, what this is all telling me, first of all, the shoes. Now, I don't get into the real personal stuff. I say that's private kind of stuff. So you will have to make sense in your heart as to what I'm telling you right now. You have these shoes on. Now, shoes represent something that is like holding you back. Shoes represent the feeling that you are trying to move forward with ideas, but this energy, or it usually is a person, is preventing you from making certain choices or moving forward with certain choices. The outfit is very beautiful. The skirt, everything is very fitted too. So and the skirt is belted. So the belt represents a personal idea of things, maybe a tradition or a belief or something that you believe personally is what is holding you back from furthering, taking the leap off of this plank. Now, it looks like it's like balls or balloons or something you would land on, so you're not going to get hurt, but it's you're not one to be afraid of ever speaking out of things. But this, when I see it, shows that there's something that you should be doing or that you want to do that you're not going for right now. For various reasons, you're not going for it. It's like you're holding off, you're waiting, you're timing things. There's got to be a timing that's going on. And you also, the answer is yes. Something that you think or believe is a yes. It's an absolute yes. And you, I think, already know the answer to that, and it's like you're using it. As I said that to you, you take this, like it looks like a giant grenade, and you put it in this backpack, and you walk away. So you are, pay attention to what you're holding on to, pay attention to what's going on, what you want, and why you're not going for it yet. It's like you're waiting for something. There's a timing purpose here. And I think your timing will be right. It's just, I'm afraid of whoever's on the other end of your timing with this, because it's going to be very well put together process as far as thought and mind. And I feel, now I have to go I know I have to move on, but I feel like you have a grandmother that's around you that is like rooting you on here. And I think I met her maybe once. Maybe, I don't know. I think I met this grandmother. Maybe your father's mom? But we were so little, and she looks familiar, so I'm thinking I may have met her at a point in your life, at your house or something. And she's very boisterous like you and like everybody, so I'm not sure which side she's from. She looks like both of your parents. I'm not sure which one she's on. She's taller though, so she may be your dad's mom. And she looks like she's got like red hair, browny red, auburny hair, and she's like a fighter. She's a fighter kind of a person. I'm pretty sure I've met her though. I'm pretty sure in life I've met her. I don't remember. I'm trying to say yes for sure, but it's a grandmother. It's a definite grandmother. She's just saying, just sit back, hold your cards, keep your poker face going. That's what she said. Poker face. I won't sing because I don't know all the words. All right. Okay. Am I good on time? All right, we're good on time. Okay.
Did you know Judy's going to China?
No. No. And then I bet for Christmas you're going to Mexico. Told you I was good. Told you I was good. All right, let's see here. All right.
Don't let her read yours, Wendy.
I washed my butt. I'm sorry I have my back to people. I'm trying to just feel the energies. And I just want to clear everybody. So I kind of when I walk and blow through the energy. Okay. I'm sorry, what is your name again?
Dawn.
Dawn. I just totally went blank. Dawn. When my first vision sight of you is you look like you're dressed business, and then you're running, and then they show like you're dragging a bunch of kids behind you on your beach. And it may not be that you have a bunch of kids, but what they're trying to get me to see is that you have a lot on your plate, and that you are not one to ever ask for help. And so you have all of this piling up, and again, you're like a resilient, I know I say again like I've already said it, but in my head I did. You're resilient, and you take care of things, and you don't complain about it. You get it done. You internalize everything as well. So when with them, excuse me, telling me that, what you want to do is make sure that you have some kind of an outlet where you're able to, because you don't sit around and tell everybody what's going on in your life. People may ask, so how's your day? And it may have been the worst day of your life, but you're like, oh, it's great, I'm fine. So you don't just come outward and go, oh, you totally have to listen to my bitch session. You don't do that. You internalize everything. Now with that, which people such as yourself, what you have to watch for is not only, the headaches, shoulders, neck, but you want to watch for where do you suppress your hurt, your upset. Is it your stomach? Is it your intestines? What that would mean is you may find yourself with irritable bowel. You may find yourself with really bad heartburn and ulcers, or constant headaches. So you want to figure out where, if any, that you find that you suffer from certain pains, but you really want to focus on them and let them out. And you're a person who really gets what she wants because you've got it together, because you are able to hold yourself together until nobody else is looking, and you're the only one who knows what kind of day you've had. You're very open as well when you speak to people. You don't come at them in a rage. You do so tactfully when you're speaking to them, so they get the point as far as how you feel, and you're not happy with them, but they don't feel threatened or like there's this huge pain that they're going to suffer. It's the main point of what they're trying to tell me though is, they want you to make sure massage or some kind of Reiki, something that will help remove some of the energies, because it feels really like it's stomach related, upper intestinal kind of related, and that would be because I'm feeling that as I'm speaking to you. So it would be wise to what I do when something like that happens is visualize it, see whatever it is that you had that day that's causing that all of a sudden, and then kind of pull it out, visualize it as a black cloud, and you pull it out and you see it in your hand and visualize it going up in flames, and then just see the ashes and blow them away, and make a ritual of this when you can to just help remove some of that. But you have a lot. You may have a full plate right now, but it's about to get worse because you've got more projects. Okay, more projects, and almost as if somebody bows out of something for a while where you're going, are you kidding me? Now I've got this plus all of this. So you are going to have even like piled up on top of what you're already trying to do. I wouldn't accept any new offers of any kind. I would tell the children they cannot join any kind of sports, no dance lessons, no, only because you're going to be, you're just going to have a lot of work within the home and externally. It just feels like you are nominated for things, and you have to take care of you. It's muy, muy importante. Yeah. That was for my Spanish listeners. Okay. Okay. I'm being politically correct. Okay, and what is your name?
Jill.
Jill. this is easy. This is so easy. You are on a downward slide. Yeah. Does that make sense already or something? Okay. The reason I say it is because you, it looks like something that's taken a long time. It's this huge mountain to climb and climb and climb. And you get to the top and you're finally like, woo, and on the way down. And there's a lot of, going down is a lot easier because you're able to stop if you want. You're able to really enjoy where you've reached, where you've gotten over the troubles and the heartaches. Now, I pick up a little girl, and it's not yours, is it yours? Do you have a little girl? Are you pregnant right now? Who around you is having a little girl that is coming through that this is what I was talking about before. Little girl will be affecting your life in a big way. Big way. That not yet. Okay. And I was checking before because I'm like, okay, who at this table is pregnant? Where is this little girl coming in from? Is it you?
I'm not pregnant.
No.
I have a new granddaughter.
Oh, you have a new granddaughter. Okay, all right, okay. So that's fabulous. Let me get back to you in a second. Okay. So nobody's pregnant. We just have a new baby, all right? Okay. All right. But you're on a downward hill, so that's good. Not a spiral, just sliding down. It's what that says again is, I guess, worries, pains, troubles. And the thing is also that I see is you climbed this alone. There was a huge feeling of having to climb this hill, this mountain, this thing all by yourself. And you'd stop and you'd go, is this worth it? Should I even do this? I don't even think who's going to care? So there was a lot of self-doubt as you're climbing this. Having to really overcome a lot. And I liken it to somebody, the pains of somebody having to overcome something major, a health issue, somebody who had to overcome a major divorce, that kind of pain that really tears a person apart and they have to go through something alone. Neither of those may be apropos for you, but that is what they're showing. And I can see in your face at certain points where you're like, I'm just giving up. I'm sitting here, and it looks like you sat for quite a while. Like you were stale for quite a while, where nothing else new happened. Okay, I'm sorry, they're changing my gears. I hate when they do that because they pull the rug out from underneath me. Okay, so that took a while. Blah, 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 you're falling down the hill now. You're happy. They just tore me to your beach. And you are running. I know. Oh, I'm coming. You are running with this. You've got a little boy in your hand, and you're running with him away from the water, and you're laughing, and you're having a lot of fun. And I'm just trying to figure out. Now, let me see. I'm hearing two. So you have one child? You don't have any children?
No.
Okay, there's this little boy that's holding your hand. Now this is a son, this is a child, this is yours. And he's like a towhead. He's blonde. I would say he's probably about 2. And then I see another child, but the second one I see is kind of off of your beach. And so I'm not sure when that kind of thing happens, I'm not sure if it's a child that is a loss or a child that is not going to be coming but is around you. Let's put it that way. It's the spirit of a child that is around you. It is a boy and won't be being born into this life, but is around you very much. And when that kind of thing happens, it's because the child, regardless of the circumstance as to why they're not coming, it is because they can perform better in your life as a guide than as a child. You're going to hear something in your head and go, I am so going to do that today, rather than going, Mommy, you need to go buy a lottery ticket. You're going to whatever. You're going to ignore the kid. But voices that we hear, we usually listen to. So this child is acting more of a guide for you in this lifetime. But this little boy you're running around with, and you say you don't have any children right now, but he's about 2, he's a towhead, and he's yours in this lifetime. But you're by yourself. Like you are, it's just the 2 of you. So, surprise, maybe? But you're super happy, and you're wearing only a very oversized, large white sweater, which means you're barefoot, and what it shows is also you're very spiritually open, and that you are you're open for any new changes, any new opportunities. You're willing to hear any new ideas, and I know I'm gone a long time ago. I had to talk about the boy though, so yes. So that's okay. All right. Now, granddaughter, granddaughter. Your daughter just had a baby.
No,
You're okay. All right.
my daughter-in-law.
Your daughter-in-law. Okay. So, but it's a female who just. I'm getting there. And
Well,
the baby
that's
is not
really-
going to go on with Judy. Okay. So, granddaughter. Now. This is, it's good to know, okay, this is your daughter-in-law's, okay, birth. Little girl. Now, this you would have to talk to her about, but there's an S around the little girl, and it's from someone who has already passed over from mom's. Okay. There's an S. And this would be, looks like an aunt or a great aunt. So you're gonna have to ask her who the great aunt is with an S. The little, okay, you've seen her obviously. And the reason I'm bringing up the dead person is, does she have a mark anywhere around her eyes? It would be like, not from birthing, it would be a birthmark or a mole or any kind of kiss mark that showed up yet?
No.
Okay, watch for it. It'll be, it looks more like it's around temples, around the eyes here, and it'll be very, very inconspicuous pretty much. But one of those are called, I just call them kiss marks, because the people who have, passed them on or helped bring them down, give them little kisses, and it's really cool, especially when they start to show up, because it's not a birthing mark. So it may appear, how old is she?
3 months.
Okay. Watch for it, because they're very neat. And usually they're from, like, anybody else who's paying attention. From the back, I get to rambling, I know. From the shoulders up are usually where they appear.
Are you sure that S is on my daughter-in-law's side? For sure?
Well, it came through as the moment I mentioned daughter, and you said daughter-in-law, so I'm assuming it would be with her. And she's not clarifying what her name is. I'll give you an appearance before you say anything else, and you can tell me if I'm correct or not, or if you think it's somebody else on a different side. But this woman is sitting down, and I know I have to move on, I know. She's sitting down, it looks like she's a card player, or she's doing something with her hands on the table. I'm assuming there's some cards of some kind, and her hair is lighter. She's shorter than me, probably later in life. She probably just got a little bit shorter. She's wearing a white sweater, blue slacks, not jeans, they're slacks. She has swelling in her feet, so her feet are kind of coming out of her shoes a little bit. And they're white, creamy colored shoes. She says you don't wear white after Labor Day. Okay, fine. So she's very proper, and she was never a pants person. She was always a skirt person. But various reasons with her legs and everything else, she started wearing pants. There's an A also around her. So like an Alfred or an Arthur around her. So there's an A. Do you know who I'm talking about? Okay, so talk to her. Talk to your daughter-in-law and find out who this person would be. But I'm looking at her. I just keep hearing Sally, and I don't know why I keep hearing that, so ask her. It's just repeating over and over and over again. So ask her about that person. But it's a kiss mark on the head here. Very cool. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay. But it was all about the baby and your daughter. Okay, I gotta give her something though, because the baby came through, and this woman, the spirits take up all the energy. They just do. I don't think it's happened yet, but you'll be planning some form of a trip. And I'm hearing that you should change something about, there's something that's going to change or you're gonna have to change. Dates, how you're getting there, but there's definitely a change that takes place for certain, whatever reason, you're changing dates for it and our itinerary is changing for it. It almost looks like you end up having to go visit someone who has been hospitalized before you take a trip. So that would probably be a good reason not to take a trip yet. You're visiting someone in the hospital. And that usually means that it would be a family member. Now, I don't get information on death. I don't look for it. I don't want to know about it. It's not my place. But it's someone who, how would I say? It looks like they have a scare, so it's probably a heart scare. It looks almost like a blockage, so we're talking stroke, heart attack, and you end up visiting at the hospital. Now, do you have a sister who's passed over? Okay. And okay. The reason I asked about her is all of a sudden my boobs just started hurting, like pain, like across my chest. So I'm assuming it would be some kind of a cancer or something with her?
She died in a car accident. She was smashed up against
Oh,
the
okay,
steering
okay, okay, all right. Because my whole chest just started hurting. Now, did she walk with a limp? Was there something with her hips or something? Did she have anything that would cause her to, when she walks up to me, she's walking almost like she's got a little bit of a limp, like you would walk with a cane, like you put extra weight on something. And that was the only thing, that was the accident that took her life. There was nothing prior to that that would have affected her hips or her walk. She wants me to acknowledge it's something to do with her back or her legs, but there's something that she wants me to acknowledge in the way she's walking. And she says anniversary, and she says a ring. Does May have anything to do with this? Does May? She's showing me an emerald, so I always have to take every kind of option with the emerald, the stone cut and everything. With May, she's also saying anniversary, and she looks very happy. I think she's going like this, so I'm not getting it. So, okay, so anniversary, number 5, the emerald cut. The sides to the cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 cuts in an emerald cut, right? Am I seeing that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? Emeralds have an 8 cut, the way they are. Does the 8 mean anything the way that it's cut?
It was her birthday, the date of her birthday, the day.
Oh, the
that
day
she was born.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That's like Shakespeare and Telly Savalas. People died on their birthdays. And what was her birthday?
October 8th.
October 8th. Okay, so the 8th. And we're coming up to that. So the anniversary is coming up to that. Okay, all right. Okay. So, I wasn't getting the whole, she's going, come on, you can get it. And, so I know I have to move on, but she's there and she just goes like this, just like that, just like that. But she looks like a very gentle, her energy is very gentle. It's very non-confrontational. She's just kind of a sit back and watch what's happening kind of a person, and she'll only share her opinion if she's asked. So she just kind of does that, just very gently. So, but she wanted me to acknowledge that walk. Like when she walked up very carefully, very gingerly, she was walking up to me. But she's around you, which is good. That's good. I'm glad she came through. Okay. Wendy, I'm going to get to you now. I think I've got a lot of time left. Oh, I do. I get it. I can get everybody in. I'm so excited. All right, and then I can just talk some. What I've seen with you several times is you are on a cobblestone path, and you're in skates, like roller skates. Can you imagine roller skating on cobblestone? Absolutely not. Or bricks, those old bricks. That would be so hard. I'm trying to look at what you're wearing too, because that'll make more sense as to what's going on here. And you have on a really tight mini skirt. And I know, woohoo! And you're wearing, this is not a picture I'll have drawn, put in my next book.
Sounds
but
good
you have
already.
this really, like, big band leader hat on. It's not me doing it! But I just had a deja vu, so you're supposed to be here tonight. That's a good thing. In the band hat. So you're struggling, like you're like skating along, you're like, oh God, and you keep fixing the hat and your skirt's coming up on you. You're totally not together here, all right? What they're trying to kind of give an idea as to what's happening around you right now or in your life, how you're feeling. And in front of you is this beautiful paved road, and every time you feel like you're getting right on top of it, it's like a mirage. You feel like, okay, I'm almost there. And it's just not going to happen. Eventually, it very well might, but that means that you are going to have to take a completely different approach. You are going to have to, this is how they want me to explain it. On, if you've seen it, which I don't even know which one, Indiana Jones movie, where he has to cross that huge crevice and there's nothing in front of him. He has to just take like a leap of faith. Which one was that? I don't even remember. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah? And he just goes like this, and all of a sudden he steps, and then this big path in front of him shows that was hidden. That's what they're saying, is it's right in front of you, and you kind of just have to go, okay, leap of faith. And you have to close your eyes and just go, boop, boop, and it's going to be there. But it's not right. It's not directly in front of you. You have to break off of what you are normally doing, and you have to break off of what you have been, what is like your normal behavior to handle this situation, or how do you normally do this? And you have to just completely trick whatever in the universe, a person or a situation, into thinking, okay, where's she coming from? Why don't I get this? This is not normal. How do I handle it? And it's almost like you put on the brakes and stuff starts backing up, and that's kind of what you want. As I say that, as well as I'm watching you, all of a sudden you go from the skates, the miniskirt, and the band hat. I don't know why they put you in a band hat. Maybe because they have those uncomfortable chin things, and they're just floppy, to what appears to be just a transparent kind of toe sheath. And that is where you want to be, is the less clothes that you're wearing spiritually, the better off you are. Because there's nothing, confining you. You're able to accept new things. Like she was wearing a sweater. That's all. The less you're wearing, the better. Nothing's controlling you. Nothing is holding you back. You're not holding yourself back. Okay, I'm going. So you have to change your whole thought pattern here. It's not involving you. I'm sure it's involving other things in your life, and that I think you understand what I'm talking about here. Otherwise, it looks like you're going to have more lives in your life to handle that you don't want to deal with. Not that you don't want to deal with it, it's just that, oh my God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Kind of? Should I clarify a little bit more?
Clarify a little more.
If you don't, okay, I guess as a mom, sometimes it's really hard dealing with your kids. I'm going to use this as an example, okay? So we have kids that don't listen. I was always the perfect child, so I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. But when you have, you love your child. You want to do the most for them. You want to do the best for them. You want to be the best you can for them. But when they start going off the path, you kind of have to follow suit. So you know what your child is capable of, what they're able to do, and when they're not doing those things, it's scary. Now, God looks at us the same way. Okay, he's got a lot of kids down here that he's like, what do I do about this person? I know what I put them there for. I know what they're capable of, and they're not doing it. They're just totally screwing off over here. And he kind of has to sit back and say, you know what, I'm just going to have to let them screw up, and hopefully they come back to me. And usually, you know what, if you knock on the door, he's going to let you in, okay? And it's the same way, but I'm being told to tell you, I think you've done that where the situation is concerned and you've sat back and you've tried to allow mistakes to be made and allow things to happen. But the problem is a mistake is going to happen that's going to bring more life into your life. And you don't want that. Does that make sense? Should I clarify a little bit more? Okay, be careful of that. Because I don't think that the life that brings the life is going to be able to take it. It's not going to work. And you're going to be raising another baby. And I know, to preface this, I've spoken to Wendy about this situation in the previous parts, but what I said before still stands as far as difficulties with this person in your life. I don't want to see them. I know you have to allow them to make their mistakes, but I also tell people, make sure that no matter what mistake they make, you are okay with that. Have you done everything that you're comfortable with to make sure that when they make this mistake, you're not going to go, what should I have done to fix this? So always look at what what your heart can handle. But I think it's just like a preventative measure. So things aren't all set in stone. We're able to change them. My brother yelled at me once and he said, "You told me I was going to be making movies with Steven Spielberg." I'm like, and who screwed that up? Hello. Come on. I can't like the miracle worker here. I can't make things happen. Well, I can, but
I lost the timer.
she knows my
I got Facebook.
You did.
Mother.
There you go.
Are we on there yet?
If you don't want to be on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, y'all are going on YouTube. Well, where did it go, Mom? Did you delete? There it is. Okay, no, you didn't delete it. It's right there. Thank you. Okay. Yep. Okay.
The wrong button.
I still have so many people to read. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Okay. Maybe. I know you don't want to be read, but I'm going to touch on you.
No.
Are you not
I
nervous?
didn't want
Okay.
to.
Okay, don't be nervous. He's never nervous. Never nervous.
Never.
Okay. When I see you, you have a lot of past life stuff playing on right now too, and I'm standing close to the edge of the water, and you are standing with your back to the water, which is good because it tells me first off that you don't pay attention to the problems and the worries until they are completely right on top of you. You're not one to okay, I'm being taken somewhere else. I have to finish this. You're not one to pay attention to the problem unless it's completely up on your beach and attacking you. You're not one to focus on the worries. Now, all of a sudden, I'm taken to horses, and I'm taken to, and it may not be that you're going to make a bet on a horse, but I know, right? But I'm being told to tell you that there is a previous or a past situation that is affecting you now that is probably causing a little bit of fear. So, for instance, when I was 24 in a previous life, I died in a car accident. And so when I turned 24 in this lifetime, I was terrified for the entire year that I was going to die. So what you're dealing with right now is a risk and a financial risk that you took around this portion of your life in a previous life that failed you. Now, that fear could lead to new opportunities that are coming your way, like the sale of something, a purchase of something. How do I clarify this even further? And it may not even be a financial thing. Let me get past that. It may be that oh my God, that anxiety over I've just lost everything can be residual into this lifetime, and it can really cause us to feel anxiety or stresses. And it's not like you to be that way. So to all of a sudden start feeling like, why am I having difficulty breathing? Or why do I feel like I'm just anxious? Or why am I suffering like this? And it may just be an internal kind of a thing that you're not understanding. It may just feel like, oh, I had too much coffee, or but it's an anxiety. And it has nothing to do with this lifetime. It's a residual from a previous life. And it could cause you to feel like, I don't want to do that because I don't know why. I just don't feel like I don't want to do it right now because it's making me feel a little nervous to think about doing that. So I'm not going to do it. So what you want to do is, it's really hard to wash painful residuals away because, like me, I have a life where my biggest fear in this life was being like mental hospitals. Oh my God, because mental hospital, any kind of like person who's not right up here, I can't be around them. I can't even be around mental hospitals. I can't. My son said, would you rather live out on the streets in the cold or live in an abandoned mental hospital, like totally on the street in the cold? I'd never live in a mental hospital, ever, because of a previous life there, go figure. And so this fear of loss, this fear of failure from this previous life, and it was financial. I mean, I don't know how far you went. It may have been something that you just went over. And so this lifetime, you may have always had an anxiety of getting past things or a fear of moving past things, like, how far am I going to take this? Am I able to get through this? And what you need to know is it's not this lifetime that you are suffering with any of these pains or any of these things. They're not real. It's from this previous life that you've broken these habits, and you're breaking them as you go on each and every day. You're breaking previous realities that you were supposed to learn. For instance, like somebody who does take their life in a previous life, they are going to have to come back here to get through similar situations that caused them to do that, to prove their strength, to make themselves stronger. And they may do it 10 times before they finally get it right and live their life. And so, I'm just talking about this and I'm getting the shakes, just like really feeling super, super stressed out right now. Ooh, I know, I hate that.
Thank you.
What? How much?
Standing there waiting.
Oh, go ahead, you go ahead, you go sit down, you're fine. So it's anxieties, pains, stresses that may have started the last year or so, maybe all of your life, are not real. You're going to live a very long life. You're going to be healthy. You are very aware of your body. You're almost hyper aware of your body, which also causes like a little bit of anxieties in us. And it could even cause like panic. So when you start to think about if people suffer from anxiety and panic, that sort of thing, you want to be able to say, okay, this isn't real, and what is causing the stir? Because it very well could be past life related. It's very cool. Okay, I had to take that off. I'm sorry. Gosh, it's tough because it's really a real energy. Does that make sense to you?
Some of it doesn't.
Okay, so like what part doesn't make sense?
I'm suffering in a past life, and I'm going through it again now.
No, you may not have that same situation happening
Right.
now. It could very well be something that it's a fear of failure or the anxiety that's related to failing or loss.
But see, I'm exactly opposite of that. I lost an election this year,
Okay.
and I'm ready to go again. I have no fear.
That's
that I
perfect.
lost.
No, that's good though. That's what I'm saying. You're getting over that hurdle that in the past may have been the one that triggered the problems. Whereas instead of you going, oh my God, I lost an election, kapoosh, you've gotten stronger in your lifetime this time that you've broken that bad habit and you're past what you came back here for in the first place.
That makes sense. Okay.
Does that, did I clarify? Does that make a little bit of sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm still not past the whole straitjacket thing. I don't think that'll ever go away. Oh my God, I'm just terrified of it. Ugh, there's hospitals on the way through past Milwaukee, and I'd love to walk through them, but holy crap, super scary. I would love to, but I would so need depends, because as much as I talk to spirits, I've tried to get back there, but the main road to it is blocked off. Okay, I'm going. Okay, I'm going.
No, I got 4 minutes left.
I know, I'm going. Okay, see, that wasn't that long. It was only a couple minutes. Yeah, all right.
I guess not.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, what is your name again? Gail. Gail, I thought that was it, okay. Gail, what's wrong? Oh, okay, that's fine. We've only got 4 minutes left on the tape, which is fine. Okay, Gail, with you, the first thing that they show me with you is there's a bridge. And bridges represent a person getting from one part of their life to another part of their life. And bridges are usually very difficult to cross. They're over water, and they take a lot of guts. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of guts to get over a bridge because we have to leave something behind in order to get what we really want on the other side. And you have, Sometimes we even burn the bridge, sometimes it falls down when we cross it, sometimes we tear it down. It just depends on our circumstance. You're standing in the center of this bridge and it's gold. It's like a shiny golden bridge. And you have, your past is on this side behind me, and over here is this, I guess, current, or I would say future compared to this, but it's your current life. And then you've got in the, I guess what, bushes and trees, you've got little like round doorways carved out. Now that kind of thing takes a lot of time, and it's very difficult to do because usually when you cross a bridge, you're given, I want to say, a machete, and you have to start something, a whole new path that nobody's ever done before. You have to create a portion of your life that nobody's going to help you with, and it's scary. It's very terrifying, and it's how am I going to do this alone? And that's usually what keeps people from crossing the bridge in the first place. Is I'm really happy right here, and to cross this, I have to carve all of this out myself. So, I would put, if I were looking at you, I'd go, okay, entrepreneur, someone who could take something from the bottom and build it up, somebody who could who really run something, delegate, tell people how to, I need you to do this, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do this. So you're able to build and create because of your personality. You're given nothing and you can create, and you do so resiliently. And the thing is that I find interesting is you've got this gold bridge and you're standing in the center of it, and you're not stuck. You're just kind of like looking down at the water, checking out the fish. You're not afraid of it, and I feel when I'm looking, I'm feeling kind of okay. I'm on the bridge, so I know what it normally means. So I'm a little uncomfortable, but you're very happy with it, and it's for me to tell you that you are doing what you're supposed to do in life, that the past is not completely done. There are certain things from the past that are still yet to be dealt with or have to be dealt with, and it feels almost like a recommunication or a, not so much on your part, but on someone else's part, that a reconnection, or reconnecting. And I think that might be what your spirit is holding you onto the bridge for, saying, this still has to happen, or it's almost like it's an apology or something that still has yet to come, but not you, it's someone else.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. And it feels like it's family. This is family too. It feels female, so this is family. And you're not sitting there going, I'm waiting for this apology, I'm waiting for this person to finally say what's going on. It's a reconnection for that person, not you. You don't need it. This person needs to let go of something, because I don't know if it's hurting them, making them ill, if it's, part of their life, but it's somebody else is going to come to you and say, this has been bothering me all my life, and you'll finally get an explanation as to a behavior or why they treated you this way, that sort of thing. But that's really about it. I mean, everything else looks really good. I don't see.
Am I on the-
No.